today we're gonna be like making a video about like it's not like some sort of a gameplay video or some announcement or anything like that. Like, yeah, I know you're just going on to the thumbnail thinking about that he's trying out the new Bendy game. Like, no, it is not the new Bendy game that I'm trying out, but instead it's a little announcement. It's not like some sort of announcement, but sort of more like a newscast about like the new Bendy game that is coming out, and see about the new leaks that has been going around so far in the new Bendy game, which is called Bendy the Cage. And I said the screenshots are like really darn exciting, to be honest, because this gives us like a new meaning of of what the Bendy franchise might come next in the future. And even then, even with the new ideas that are like really darn interesting, which I think, in my opinion, might be a big improvement to Bendy the Dark Revival. Because sure, Bendy Dark Revival is an improvement to the first Bendy game. I say I'm glad they improved it, though it's not like overly it has like the best mechanics or anything. Because in my opinion, I see the mechanics in Bendy the Dark Revival kind of suck. I mean, they're not great. Sure, they're not the best. I mean, they're not the worst, but it's not like the most performative. It's not like if it performs like any balancing to the character at all. Like it just feels wonky, to be honest, in my opinion. That's all I'm gonna say. So, anyways, meanwhile we're like talking about the topic of Bendy the Cage, which is a new game that's coming out. I'm going to be showing you off the new screenshots that they showcased for the new Bendy game. As you can see, it shows that we're playing as Henry, and we're pretty much using a pickaxe, which just shows some demon we're fighting against with his little red hand. I don't know if it's blood or anything. I mean, I know it's not blood at all, but it looks like it. And as I said, they kind of like improved the art style to become a little bit more darker. Which I say it's actually, which is say it's something that I've really been wanting in the Bendy game for like a long time, like an environment that is very dark, art style that kind of like fits in well with the new generation. And even then, I love the new red colorish feel to it, because I say it gives us this more demonic feel. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not like it's not like the most original or the most creative thing that they could have done with. They'd actually come up with. But I'd say it's not like anything like the worst, to be honest. Because I feel like in the Bendy franchise, I say they kind of do need like a little bit of color in their games. And the next screenshot, it showcases some random Inky monster. So yeah, searchers, the lost searchers. I don't know what they're doing there, but it's just sort of there, to be honest, and it's kind of silly in my opinion. I don't know why to showcase that, but even then, there's a little pipe we're holding. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a cool little weapon. And from the other side of the door, it showcases some sort of a door opening. I don't know what it is, but it's some weird, peculiar like place that we might probably see in the future, which I'm excited. The next screen just shows that we're holding a pickaxe again. And now we're in some sort of a new environment, which I think it might be a new studio, I'm assuming. Since it does look like some sort of a new studio that we might probably be entering right by the time we get through the final chapter, which I say it looks really interesting. Like, it looks medicine. It looks kind of a little bit terrifying. I don't know if it might be, but I hope it is. And I'd say there's a little path up over there, which there's a chance that we might probably be getting to some sort of a next level. And I'd say it's pretty exciting, to be honest. And even then, it's very interesting. Now for the next screenshot, it showcases Sammy Lawrence with his Sammy Lawrence finally coming back, which is, I mean, it was kind of unnecessary in my opinion, because I feel like he should have been dead by now, but I guess they kind of brought him back for no reason. And it shows him using, and it shows like like Henry's pickaxe, which I think like in some sort of a chapter he might be trapping us, and we might have to like escape in order to like get our weapons back and something like that. I don't know. Like there's a chance that we might probably be put in some cage I guess what the title says, and then we're like, dare to escape from the cage just to like get our items back and just, you know, do whatever we want, you know, go in some environments, which I hope, which I really do hope the Sammy gets like his enterprise in, like such as like him getting some more screen time instead of him like being there and just, disappear for the next few chapters and just come back out of nowhere. I mean, I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't go to that phase, because I feel like he needs to have like more screenshots, more respects, and more recognition, because he is Sammy Lawrence after all, a menacing villain that can manipulate Henry and, well, I don't know, other characters. I mean, I know he hasn't like done anything to Audrey, so he could probably be doing so. He might probably be doing more with Henry, and without like Audrey, since, well, he didn't do too much with Audrey at all, in my opinion. Which, yeah, I guess he didn't do too much of it. Anyway, so our next screenshot, it showcases us blocking, which is a mechanic from Resident Evil 7. Thanks to that game, most games nowadays pretty much use a blocking mechanic, which I say it's a very, very, very impressive idea, since we definitely needed some defense in this game, like in my opinion, because I kind of feel like with the Bendy franchise overall, it kind of has been like focusing more on offense instead of defense. And while it's not a bad thing, I just say that I kind of feel like if you want to like survive without like dying in any ways, and we just like want to have some defense, blocking, I say, is the best mechanic when it comes to like the Bendy games. And the fact that they're taking that step is a very big improvement. Like it definitely was needed, because in my opinion, we do not want that teleporting mechanic back or any of that stuff, because now for me it's not a bad idea that they use some magical spelling type thing and Benny in a Dark Revival, but I kind of feel like with the teleporting and other stuff, there was like a lack of defense and some sort of a lack of mechanics. Like it didn't like really help that much, and it didn't really help. Okay, like it didn't do too much for the game to like at least be more comfortable to play with. It just felt more fragile to play and just frivolous. It just didn't feel too casual player like. It just felt too, I don't know, it just felt too hardcore. Like it kind of feel like it kind of ruins the experience for like new fans to the game, to just try out the game and just trying to survive and just not die or anything like that. It kind of feel like with the lack of defense and Bendy games, just kind of ruins the whole point of surviving, and just the whole point of just sort of it actually does like ruin the whole point of surviving, and just and the whole point of like enjoying that much of the game. And I'd say with the new blocking mechanic, it's an improvement. Like I actually do like it. It's not bad. It's actually like a really good idea, since I did want some defense in the Bendy games. Like, yeah, sure, the teleport mechanic is a defense and in the Bendy and the Dark Revival, but I kind of feel like they kind of like lack some of its core of how to actually like defend yourself with the mechanic, because in the teleporting mechanic, it felt like it focuses like less on the defense, even though you can use it as a defense. It doesn't feel like too much of a defense, and especially with the teleporting mechanic, it just feels like it kind of like lacks some of the core aspect of its gameplay. Like it just felt way too different for a Bendy game to play as. I mean, yeah, sure, there might have been some risk for other Bendy games as well, but I kind of feel like with like Dark Revival, I kind of feel like they took that risk to be somewhat of a different game, which I'm glad they did. But I kind of feel like they kind of made it way too odd. It didn't feel too much of a. I mean, it felt like a Bendy franchise at all. Like, yeah, but it just kind of felt a little bit different. But with the blonde, but ever since then, it kind of felt like with the whole magical speller type thing, it kind of felt like it kind of ruined the defense And yes, I'm stuttering, and I'm kind of getting like a little bit lost in what I'm saying. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm kind of been like a little bit rushy on my videos since, you know, I kind of like wanted to get some stuff done before, you know, taking a break. Which I'm already in Christmas break and all, but I just kind of feel like I just want to get some stuff done just to entertain you guys, and just that's all. But yeah, anyways, we're getting off topic here, so yeah, I'm actually really glad to write in a mechanic that actually like focuses more on defense in the Bendy game, since there hasn't been like any useful defense in any other Bendy game other than this new game that is coming out. Since it does, however, excite me, and overall, I'll just say this to you guys. Since this is like my only preview on what's coming up for the new Bendy franchise, I'll be making more videos on like the leaks and other things that are coming next for the Bendy franchise, because I feel like, you know, with more and more of it, it gives me like this hopeful for like the studio to like make more of the Bendy games, because I feel like, you know, with Dark Rival, it kind of like actually like gave my hopes up for the Bendy franchise. And now since they're doing like more of these Bendy games, which is such as Bendy the Cage, it kind of like gives me this new hope of aspect that there is a chance that, you know, this Bendy game is gonna bring up the hype for the franchise, and even then expand the whole formula of it. So keep that in mind, that, you know, whatever comes next, we might probably be hopeful, and even then I might do a little Michael Rawson meme for it, since I might probably be remaking that video, since, well, a new Bendy game's coming out and I don't want to like miss it out on the whole popularity of it. Anyways, though, yeah, so I want to see you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, and bye bye.